Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of St. Pauli Rising. Now, after the way yesterday's episode finished, I bet you thought we weren't going to be back. And frankly, I was very much on the fence about whether to do it, but from what I've seen so far in the comments on previous videos, you guys do want me to continue the series, even if we got ourselves relegated, which of course we unfortunately did in that colossal, I would say battle, but clusterfuck against Frankfurt in the relegation playoff final, which was, you know, gut-wrenching to be honest. That's actually the first time I've ever been relegated whilst playing FM, and I've not played it, I've only played it for this is my third season or year playing it, but it's the first time I've ever been relegated. It's not a nice feeling. Then again, relegation is kind of what I've done lately. Obviously, my team, Fulham in real life, got relegated this year for the first time in about 20 years, I think. Maybe not quite 20, but yeah, something like that. But I decided to just go with it. And basically what I've done is I've set myself a little ultimatum. And the other reason I was thinking about stopping the series is because I just wasn't feeling it that much. And I kind of wanted to try something new and start with a brand new save on, like, so we could start fresh with the brand new stable version of the game from the very beginning. However, you guys want to continue, and I'm going to, and I'm feeling a lot better about this save now. Now, for some reason, we've got a lot of stuff to talk about, and there will be a LiveCom in this episode. We will be LiveComming the game against 1860, because why the hell not? I've got a bit of free time on my hands at the moment, so I'm going to do a LiveCom in this game too. I'm trying to do more LiveComs if I can, but I can only do that when I get ahead of myself enough that I don't have to record as much, and it means I can do the LiveComs just because I have to put the timing right. Anyway, we've got transfers to talk about, but we have a lot of stuff to talk about. Firstly, for some reason, we have more money this year than we did last year, and I'd have thought, I'm guessing it's because we got the prize money from our finishing spot in the Bundesliga, and that was £18 million. And we actually ended up with a starting transfer budget of like 6 million, which was pretty damn good. It's actually gone up to 8 million. And I'm talking with like 60k wage budget too. And in fact, in the end, once I managed to adjust our cup bonuses, we got 10 million in transfer budget. Now that might sound like a lot for a team in this division, and it is, but the problem isn't having the money, it's spending the money. And I've managed to do it, but it's not quite how I would have liked to have done it. Let's put it that way. We're going to take a look at the transfers, because that's the key thing here. And I will show you the new guys, and, well, I will take a little look at the friendlies we've played, because we have played some, and I've been pretty pleased with some of the results. So let's just jump straight into the transfers. We've got we don't have any more going. Right, so we've been very, very busy. Ins and outs, to be fair. So firstly, going out, we released Florian Kringer. We've actually released Babangida as well. That might have been a slight error, but I don't know, we'll have to see. Robin Himmelman and Zirais went. Oh, yeah, basically, I tried to get Zirais to sign a new contract because he's got decent potential, but he wasn't interested. And that is one of the main problems I've been having, basically, is getting people to sign new contracts. We've managed to get Gunter on a new deal, even though he wanted double the money after being relegated, and it was non-negotiable, but it was either pay him or lose my captain. And that's the last thing we needed right now. Søren Gunter is important to us. Zvonimir Jankovic, he has gone out on loan to Cottbus, but I may recall him if Halstenberg picks up an injury, because as you can see underneath that, Daniel Bubala has gone out to Karlsruhe for 325k. It's actually 500. There's other kind of deals in there over the next 12 months, because he was just constantly complaining about not getting in the team ahead of Halstenberg, who's great and puts in some fantastic balls. Plus, I figured if we've got no backup, it would give me more reason to blood a youngster like Zvonimir Jankovic. So we will recall him from his loan if and when the time is right. Okan Adel-Kurt has also gone out to Osnabrück, just to do a bit of loan time. We probably will send some more players out on loan as well, but now what you guys are really interested in is over here. Obviously, you knew we were going to be signing Wesley Sad. He's come in, and we've already had offers for him, and he's got a £19 million release clause, so at some point this guy's going to make us a lot of money, I can just tell. But he does need to be developed right. I think that's clear here. If he's developed right, he could be amazing. I went after a lot of players, so we went after... we went after Martin Latka from Sparta Prague. Eventually, they accepted a £1.5 million bid from us, but he wasn't even... Like, that's the problem. I've managed to get bids accepted, although they made me pay quite a bit, and I guess it's because they know we have the money. I don't know if that's a mechanic of the game, but if it is, that's quite a good mechanic, really, because that's how it works in real life. However, the problem we've had is, once we've got the bids accepted, the players just will not sign for us. They won't even enter contract negotiations most of the time. They don't want to play for St. Pauli. They don't want to drop to this division. It's god-awful. I've really, really struggled to sign anybody that I'd gone out and really specific. Oh, plus, my scouts keep suggesting me players that will not sign for us. So, obviously not doing your jobs very well, scouts. And it's not like it's old scouting reports, it's new scouting reports, because I can appreciate some of them might have been from last year, which obviously would have been when we were a Bundesliga side, so that makes sense. But now, the ones they keep putting me through now, they still don't want to play for us, and it's really frustrating. So basically, the vast majority of these, apart from these two here, these are players I've had to physically go out and find myself because my scouts are incompetent. So yeah. First one is David probably, Abraham. He is an Argentinian, I think. Also, you might notice that pictures are much bigger now. I downloaded some panels, which you guys can get off of FM Scout. If you use the DF11 face pack, get the panels. It makes it look so much nicer. You get the nice big pictures as they were intended. It just makes the game look a bit better. I really like it. So yeah, go on FM Scout and you can find the panels on the DF11 face pack page. So yeah, do that if you use the pack. This is David Abraham, or whatever. We picked him up on a free transfer, and he's not on a huge deal of money compared to some of the other players at this club, and we needed another centre-back. In fact, we needed a couple, because we've got Gunter, which is fine. Thorin has decided to retire, because he's 35, and obviously Sobiek has gone back to his parents' side, so it meant that we needed to get ourselves some more players in that particular area, and this is who we chose to go for. And I'm pretty pleased with him, to be honest. Heading 13, marking 16, lovely. Tackling 16. Good stuff. Bravery 17, anticipation 12. His decisions, that is the one area that I'm going to be training him on. In fact, let's just I'm going to try and sort that out now. Now, why are you on jumping reach? Your jumping reach is just fine. Let's just sort this out while I'm thinking about it. Let's just train your decisions. That's on mentor, isn't it? Ah. You can't train it, can you? I always forget that. In that case, we'll just train him for the individual role of centre-back cover, because then that will kind of incorporate all that kind of stuff into it as well. So yeah, I think he's a very, very decent player. Also, 17 pace for a centre-back. That's going to come in handy, because I found that that was one of the issues for us last season, was getting people in behind, and all his physicals are quality. Work rate is very, very good. Determination is very, very good. His heading is decent. He's even got all right finishing and first touch, to be honest. I think he's a really, really high quality individual, and didn't even cost us that much in terms of signing on fees. It was only like 100k overall, the deal, and he's already worth just under £1 million. So I'm pretty damn pleased with him. I think he could be good for us this year. Next signing we made, this was starting to get a bit desperate now, because it really did take me a long time to wrap up, and it is this guy, Artur Sobiek. I don't know if he is related to Lassie Sobiek. I'm just going to go check that, because they don't look... Well, then again, how would I know? Relationships... No, I don't think he is. For a start, he's not even the same nationality, I don't think. Okay, apologies. But yeah, we picked him up from Hanover. Now, Hanover were relegated with us. So it was strange that he would... And also, they let him go for 300k, which is quite a small amount. Obviously, we had to pay quite a bit in sign-on fees and agent fees, which probably brought this deal up to more like $1 million, seriously. But he's a target man. He's an anti-Budimir type of player, and I think he's good for the role. First touch and finishing, okay. Heading 14, passing 12. But these stats, I don't know. I just think he's quality. I mean, look at this work rate and strength. And he's not exactly slow either. Jumping reach is decent. I think he could be quality and playing that anti-Budimir style role, because we did need to get ourselves another quality striker. And I think he and Soren Brandy up top could make a real difference for us in this league. Next up is Jonathan Lecourt. Now, I was interested in a guy called Coutador. From Lorient, I think, and he was unbelievable. He had the perfect stats, although we would have had to adjust the way we played a little bit to incorporate a sort of an advanced playmaker role, because he was so good in that role. Basically, the deal would have cost us a lot. Eventually, I got them down to 6 million, but then he wouldn't even enter contract negotiations, and it took me 2 weeks to get them to accept a £6 million bid in the end. So yeah, this is Jonathan Lecourt. He's a midfielder again, and I just wanted to try and strengthen the spine of our team, because we do get injuries. He can play both. He's not brilliant in this role, but he can play there if needs be. But he's mainly a sort of central player. So Dauber tend to pick up a few knocks last season, so it's good to have a player with the quality that Jonathan Lecourt has to come in and play in that role too. And he's got pretty much great stats across the board. He can play a central midfield role, although we're probably going to be employing him more as a sort of ball-winning midfield player. So let's just quickly check that, actually, see what he's like in terms of marking and tackling and bravery. Okay, we may have to adjust some more stuff in order to incorporate him into the team a bit more, because I don't want to put him out of position. This is Marcelo Cañete. He is... Where is he from? That is a strange one. I've not seen... Oh, Paraguay. Okay, cool. Again, free transfer. Great. Worth 2.3 million quid. Only on 10 grand a week. And he's not exactly that old. He's only like 25, I think. Although one thing about this is it does seem to remove the age thing, which is a little bit irritating. But I'm sure we could find out if we really wanted to. He is an advanced type of midfielder, which... Again, isn't ideal, but he can play in the centre of midfield too. He's competent there, and I think he's competent anyway. Accomplished, in fact, better than competent, which is good. Again, advanced player. But I think these sort of players just... We couldn't turn them down. We just needed to get some bodies in, basically, because I feel like we are going to lose some of our players towards the end of the transfer window. And this is our last signing. This is Hansel Rojas, or Riojas. He's actually our most expensive signing of the summer, but it was a desperation buy in a way. We needed another centre-back, and this is the guy that we came up with. He is, I think, Peruvian? Yeah. Pretty decent, to be honest. I'm actually quite pleased with him. He's got very, very decent stats, especially in that cover kind of area. Heading, marking, tackling. Not exactly slow either. He's a genuinely decent player. So, again, happy with that. I've just felt that we've been held over the barrel a little bit by some of these other sides. Like, we've got Tribal wants to leave, but I've managed to assure the likes of Tribal and some of our bigger players that wanted out to basically say, right, let me bring in some signings and then decide if you feel like it, because that's the only thing I could get to do in the end, was to let me get some signings in to try and appease them, if you like. So I'm hoping spending 5 million quid on like 6 players bringing in that have actually got some decent quality should hopefully be enough to appease them, and because we're second favourites to go up, and I also made it so that the board expects us to get promoted, because I've basically decided if we don't get promoted this year, I will stop the series. And that's not because I don't feel that we probably could do it, it's just because I don't want it to stagnate to the point where it's just us grinding away in this division every year, because I think that would get quite boring for you guys to watch in the end. And I'd rather start something fresh with a brand new series and concept, since the game is now kind of much more stable. But anyway, yeah. We're going to get into today's game, since, actually, we'll go to the match preview screen first. They're playing a sort of 4-4-1-1 system. Let's just take a little look. Oh, I'll just quickly show you the friendly results. We beat Charleroi 8-0, which was cool. Wesley Sad actually got a hat-trick in the last 40 minutes of the game. We drew 0-0 with Metalursk, and we beat Lubeck 4-0. Brandy with a goal, Nerek with a goal, and Gerlitz with a goal. So let's just get into the team selection screen. Right, I'm going to turn off a couple of more of these instructions. So that is not... We are away from home, so I'm not going to look for overlaps. So that's going to be nice and simple. No fancy instructions. We're just going to go with this, because I think that we can play less counter-attacking style this year, because we are one of the better sides in the division. It's not like last year where we were a weak side. But let's just do a quick pick to see where it puts people. So yeah, Sobiek is obviously going to be playing in that role. Daubert, Tribal, Riojas, Gunter. But on the bench is where things look much stronger. So we've got Abraham, Lecourt, Budimir, Ilsanko, Rakowski, and Leonard Thigh. That's actually a really strong bench. Halstenberg is injured, unfortunately. And we do have Jan-Philipp Kaller that can play on that side as well. Although I'm tempted to bring back... So I might bring back Jankovic, because I think very soon he's going to be good enough to play. And that's actually not a bad setup. So I will just make sure I've got everyone registered firstly. Vahoek and Alushi aren't. I thought Alushi was going to leave. Strange that he hasn't, actually. I thought his contract expired. I didn't give him a new one. Right, so that's the team we're going to go with. We're just going to give Sobiek a number. In fact, we've got a lot of players to give numbers. That will do. Unless they have any preferences. Nope. Okay, cool. I've given Schauner a new contract. Like, for some reason, I know a lot of you guys probably think he's a shit goalkeeper, and frankly, some of the things I've seen would make me think that too, but for some reason, he does have very good stats, and I just think maybe it was the goalkeeping errors weren't really because of that, it was just because of the game. So I want to see if he can have a better season for us this year. Right, all the other teams have basically played their games. So Bielefeld got off to an absolute flyer against Ford. Wow. New teams to the league this year that we haven't played against. Kiel were in it last year and did quite well, but it's teams like trying to think who's new. Halle. I think it's Halesha, isn't it? I'm guessing a lot of them come back up after being relegated, because I don't see any names. Oh, FSV Frankfurt, they went down. They must have come back up again as well. Anyway, And it's actually Arminia Bielefeld. They weren't in the league when we first played it, was it? It's a weird bit of trivia. My dad actually had a trial at Arminia Bielefeld when he lived in Germany back in the 60s. It was something I only found out a couple of weeks ago, but yeah, so that's kind of strange too. Let's go. Yep, that'll do, I think. I've got all the set piece instructions and all that kind of stuff set up already. I may edit them further before the start of the season and see if I can. I've been looking desperately for set piece tactics online to try and find something we can do to make this work, because I just find that too many goals from set pieces at the moment. So we need to find a way to stop that, but we will get into that, and hopefully today, I don't know, I'd like to see us get a good result here, although it is 1860 and I think they're a relatively decent side, so we'll just have to see. I'd like us to win, personally. Why are instructions back on 9 again? I turned these off. Didn't I? I swear you must have seen me turn these off. Did I click cancel or not okay or something? Okay, I must have done it. Okay, well, remember to turn that off, because otherwise that's going to bugger us up. I'm glad I checked that, actually. Right, okay, here we go. Let's get into the game. I'm not really sure what to expect from this one, really. It's the first game of the new season. A lot of the new players are on the bench for this game, so we'll be looking to bring them on, but I think that's one of our areas that we've massively improved. It's the bench. We're looking a lot stronger in terms of backup players and just general squad players, and that's an area I'm pretty pleased with. Just putting poor deliveries and not getting on the end of them. I'll just make sure we've got the right highlight settings on. Yeah, we do. Gullit's up to Brandy here. Brandy, oh my god. Well, I mean, to be fair, it's a long-range effort, so I can't really expect him to score there, but it was a decent opportunity still. We'll just close him down then. Not a bad chance for some Pauli there. 1860 have started pretty well, actually. Being seriously overrun in midfield. I'm guessing that's because of the numbers we've got in midfield, but then what do? Like, I can't be playing that counter-attacking system. It's hard to know where people are going to finish. It's hard to know who's good and who's bad. As much as we've been overrun, we still look like we might have a bit of danger to offer. We've got quality in the right areas. Yachty here, bringing it forward, and he's going to lose the ball, isn't he? Yeah. Oh, that's not good. I think we're going to get caught on the counter-attack by ourselves here. Oh, actually. Oh! I thought he was going to cut that ball out. It looked like he was going to. They've got men over here. This is going to go in the back of the net. Oh, Volman. Well done, Philippe Schauner. What? Hang on. What? Oh, for God's sake. I thought he saved it. It looked like he'd saved it. What happened? Oh, I hope it's not more crap. Maybe Schauner is just a load of shite. What the hell happened there? That baffled me. It's hard to tell from this view what happened. It looked like Schauner saved it. I'm very curious. Oh, I hope he didn't just sort of ricochet in. It's a decent set. Oh, okay, fair enough. No, it looked like it was one of those awkward ones, but right, we are a goal down now, which is unfortunate. What can we change? Close down a little bit more? I'm going to drop a little deeper, since we are the away side, and I don't want to get caught in behind. Christ. This is not an ideal start to the brand new season for us. Losing here would... Oh, Nerig. Oh, wait, we've got a chance here. Yachty with the ball in. Maybe we're going to get some goals from set pieces this season. That'd be good to see. If we can actually start exploiting them a bit. It's Tribal. Back to Daub. He surely can't score from there. Daub. Oh, my God. Well, we all know what's going to happen now. Somebody mark the guy running down the right. Anyone at all. Or left. Why are we so... I know we're not set to play wide, but at least we can defend a little bit wider. Get out to him. Ball across. Well done, Schauner. Okay, he's picked it up. That's good. Some decent goalkeeping. That can't be the highlight, though. Unless he's going to throw it into his own net at some point really soon. Right, just clear it long. I've set up the instructions for the long clearances because we've got Artur Sobiek. Oh, what a header. That is perfect. On for Sora and Brandy. Brandy! Oh, he's missed it. That pretty much... That Route 1 star that we just pulled off right there, that is the epitome of why we've got that big man, little man partnership. And it came off perfectly there. And Brandy was just unable to finish. Maybe he's a little bit rusty. I don't know. He scored plenty of goals in pre-season for us, though, so it's a little bit surprising. We're a goal down, but we have threatened. And I feel like with the right substitutions, maybe we can just grind it out a little bit against them in the second half, because I think we've got more strength and depth off the bench, whereas they won't do. We might have to bring off Nerik here. Do we have anyone that can play in that role? Not really. Oh, actually, can David Abraham play on the right side? No, he can't. He is a centre-back. He is a very, very rigid man. Okay, well, hopefully Nerik won't get injured because we've got no one on the bench that can play in that role. So let's just hope for the best in the second half. I may have to throw this on overload later in the game if we're still losing 1-0 because, you know what, there's no point in We may as well lose 2-0 if we get a chance to win, to get a draw. Then again, it's one clear-cut chance each. Wow, these are really long instructions. Or is it just because he's got a really long name? He looks dangerous, though. The long instruction is what's indicating that. They're looking frustrated. Okay. Oh, I might just allow that and do a team talk on them, because I don't want to let them get too frustrated. Okay, well, we've got the ball, but that doesn't mean anything's good's going to happen here. We're going to do a passionate team talk. Calm down, I guess, is the one we could use on them. Right, okay, let's see how we do here. They've still been quite good in the second half, to be fair. Oh, it's going to come out here to Dauber. Sobiek! Yachty! Oh, well blocked. Didn't take the shot quick enough there, Yachty. We've actually had more clear cuts than them. Oh, mate, we need to take our chances. I know we're being seriously overrun, but I'm not really sure what to suggest about that. We're losing the game. If we start going to like an extra man in midfield, we have to sacrifice a striker, and we can't really be doing that right now, unfortunately. I'm going to wait till 70 to make any changes, because I can't get shots on goal. We've got nothing to win this game. Okay, so we've not got it work the ball into the box. Maybe we should just shoot on sight for a bit. I'm going to make some subs now. Right, what have we got to bring into this game? I'm going to bring on Budimir and see if that will make any kind of difference. Bring on for Sobiek. And we're going to bring on Lecourt to play in Dauber's role, because he's looking a bit tired. And we've obviously got the likes of Ilsanker on the bench if Tribal starts to feel a bit jaded later on in this game. I just don't know what to do. I'll wait till 75 and then we'll throw it on overload, because we've got really nothing to lose here apart from the fact that we're already losing the game. So it's really not going to make much difference to us. Right, let's do this. Let's go on overload. We're going to have to. I hate using it as a last resort, but what other choice do we have at the moment in this game? Oh, God. I don't think... Oh, yeah, we can put Rakowski on there. He can play on the left-hand side. That was an area I would mean to strengthen as well, but we kind of ran out of time. Rakowski's not bad in that role, actually. Maybe that's a way of him getting back into the team a little bit. So Rakowski's on. Oh, it looks like we're going to lose this 1-0. Looks like we had some decent chances towards... Well, not chances, but, like, created some... I'm thinking we've been quite unlucky here overall. We created 2 good chances, but we've missed both of them, and they've taken their 1 chance. Schauner wasn't good enough to keep it out. I think the game is probably done. It's just waiting for the countdown kind of thing. Oh, that's a decent... No, it's not. I thought Gerlitz was going to be able to get on the end of that. I think this is just going to be counting down to the end of the game. Sometimes they give you a longer... Oh no, Nerig won the ball. I thought we were going to get Nerig sent off. Wouldn't that be ironic? Well, not ironic at all. Wouldn't that be perfectly fitting for the first game of the season? Nerig to do as he does and get himself sent off. All right, get the ball. Now there's only 7 seconds left with no chance in this game. Ooh, Brandy. No. I think we are about to lose our first game of the season away from home, and that's a gut-wrenching one. I think we deserved at least a point out of that from the way we played and the chances we created in that game. That's irritating. Hopefully Yachty isn't too badly injured. Oh, it was a Schauner own goal. That's the story of our season last year. Let's just quickly have a little look and see if we can see. Well, I know we recorded losses. Oh, what? Nerig's injured too. Dead leg. Okay, fair enough. Okay, well, either he was not injured at all, or we're going to find out later in the week. So yeah, we're obviously not off to the best start, but it's early days yet. It's the first game of the season. We've got drawn into the DFB-Pokal against a 5th tier side. This is Pullman Greifswald. So that should be a nice, hopefully easy one. So I will rotate the squad heavily for that one. And we've got Dusseldorf is the game at the end of August, and that will also be live-commed. So yeah, I'm going to live-com that game too, I promise. And hopefully by then we'll be in a better position, but we do have some away games before we can really get going. Bochum and Dusseldorf, those are games I'm going to be targeting massively for some success. So yeah, I will see you guys then. If you like what you're seeing, please feel free to drop a like on the episode and keep this series going. And if you'd like to see even more than that, please feel free to subscribe to my channel for more cool stuff like this. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.